Let's talk about the series with Texas over the weekend. You know, it's the first time you guys faced Texas in, almost 2 years since 2020, right? So just what was that like against Texas, and how do you think you guys played against them?
Well, I thought we did well. Obviously, it was a different challenge from the weekend before against Milwaukee, where there was a lot of players missing from Milwaukee. You know, a lot of guys hurt or being called up. So the pace was a little bit faster against Texas, and also what we noticed is a lot more pushback of physically from Texas. You know, especially on the second game, we felt like they tried to target a few of our good players. You know. To finish their hit and maybe try to intimidate or change the course of their ability, you know. So it was nice to see our team react to that, you know, facing a different challenge, you know, and try to stay focused and compete, you know. So I think it's good that just before we go on the road, I think Belleville is doing really good right now. So. You know, having a different mindset that pace will probably go a lot faster next weekend and probably a lot more physical as well.
What are some of the benefits of running 11-7? 11 forward 7D. We talked with Cole Perfetti after the game on Sunday, and he said he really enjoys playing. But what does it do for the D, I guess, just to have 7 guys, sort of different pairings and all that stuff?
Well, up front, it gives more ice time for the forwards, so obviously they like that. But on defense, yes, there's a challenge because you know you don't want to lose too much momentum or rhythm for the back end. You know, different pair, obviously, and depends how you want to use your 7D. Do you want to use him just against the fourth line from the other team, or do you want to give him some ice time? So that's the first challenge. You know, but my plan was to use him. You know, to give him at least a good 10 minutes of ice time on both games. My biggest challenge on the first night was the special team. You know, usually your 7D doesn't play on the power play or PK, so if there's a lot of penalty, that takes away ice time from him, and it did happen on the first game. I think there was 4 penalty on each side, so that would be the biggest challenge. Defense don't always like that because of the rhythm of the game, and especially with a stoppage and TV timeout and stuff like that. But I thought the second game it went well, you know.
You mentioned the penalty kill. I mean, one of the best penalty kills in the American Hockey League right now. What do you attribute that success to? Is it just the guys sort of, I guess, getting more chemistry together, more playing time together? Just what do you attribute the success to?
It is chemistry. All the forwards pretty much and the defense were there last year. So last year was a new challenge because we use the same forecheck as the Jets, but in the D zone we were totally different. A lot more pressure from the forward defense. Not as much pressure, more about the passing lane, covering a different aspect of below hash marks. So there was a lot of different style to learn last year, but this year they're all back. So right away, and I wanted to practice that a little bit more earlier during training camp, but we didn't have a chance, so I was, are we going to be ready? But I noticed right away the chemistry between the players. Gus was playing with Reich last year, Maisie was playing with Jonesy, CJ with Milat, Poganski's a new player, and he's starting to understand what we're looking for from our forward, but all the D were there. So, obviously it's the chemistry of being able to play fast and understanding what we need to do.
Is this why you're getting more offense from the back end?
Oh, for sure. Also, guys like to play with each other. Covey, Sammy, Sandberg just came back, but there was a good chemistry between them last year, and I could see that right away. But Chisholm, Leon, Vili likes to play with Jimmy as well. For sure, the chemistry of trusting each other, knowing and understanding what's their skill set. I think it really helps for them to create offense.
I think the D has about a quarter of the goals so far, something like that.
Yeah.
Did you expect something like this to happen?
Yeah, I did. We early on we talked about it right away. We said most of our offense will come from the back end. Obviously, Perfetti and Gus were two big part up front, but as far as the rest of the forward, I think their main identities, hardworking players. So we knew that most of the offense would come from the back end. You know, as far as transition, maybe not. Maybe I didn't expect for them to score a lot of goals like they do right now, but I know the offense would come from the back end.
Sandberg and Kovacevic sort of as a shutdown pair. How do you see the other combos or the pairings? How do they sort of lend their style to each other?
Yeah. So last year we try a lot of different lefty to play on the right side, and Sandberg started on the right side with Ville, but I could tell he was not comfortable playing on the right side. And then I tried Ville on the right side. Same thing, I could tell he was not as comfortable. So I kind of play around, you know, different players. And then at one point I put Jimmy with Ville. And what Jimmy does for Ville is, you know, if the other team's trying to take advantage of Ville, well, Jimmy's there to calm things out. And the other thing that Jimmy does really well for Ville, he talks a lot. And I always tell the more we talk on the ice, easier the game gets. You know, you have instead of having one pair of eyes, you got two pair of eyes helping each other. So I saw the chemistry there last year, where Ville got comfortable with Jimmy, from him talking, from him being the physical, the grand brother kind of mentality aspect that Jimmy brings to our team. So and then Leon and Chiz, they're both defensemen that likes to play with the puck. I had Leon with Ville earlier this year, and it went well as well.
He's a righty, so does he fit well with any lefty?
Yeah, he does. He does. Leon likes to play with Jimmy as well, but I only have one Jimmy. So, but Leon did well with Ville earlier this year. Noj played with Chiz at times. So, but the fact that Leon and Chiz are very similar as far as keeping the puck, trying to make plays. You know, a lot of poise with the puck. I think. I mean, they were outstanding. I felt like that pair on the last road trip, was the most consistent pair that we had over there. So yeah, I mean, good chemistry. They like each other. You know, I think it starts from there. If you like your partner, you know, and it really helps.